Yo, what's up? It's Willie Hunter. It's Will again. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. This video is strictly about the lifestyle that I endured over time. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, 7 Mile west side of Detroit. I went to McKinney Elementary. Is where it started, and at the age of 11, I left my mother's house. I went into foster care, and it was rough, man. It was like, I wasn't ready for that. You know, I didn't think that was gonna ever happen, but you never know what can happen in life, and sometimes you have to embrace that and turn into that adult that, you know, you're not ready for. Not saying I was an adult at 11 years old, but at the same time, I was like, I wasn't ready for that life. So over time, I spent a little while in foster care, juvenile homes, and I wasn't ready for that. And there was nobody that can come get me out of there. You know, it's been times I depended on people and they wasn't there. You know, and it hurts growing up as a young man. But I always stay optimistic, very. If you know me, I'm always optimistic. I'm always like, man, there's a better way, and this is not it. This is not the end. And over time, I came in encounter with a lot of people, and they taught me a lot of stuff. You know, I might not have said, oh yeah, I'm soaking it in, but I just sat there and I listened, and listening pays off, because now I'm on to another level of living, and I'm proud of myself. And sometimes you have to give yourself the pat on the back, because it's well worth it. You gotta just take that grind, and over time, you know, you just like, man, I'm waiting for it. Is it coming? You gotta be patient, you know. And I had my first child at 14 years old, and man, that woke me up a lot. And I was like, whoa, you know, I wasn't ready to be a father, but I didn't have my father there all the time. He was there. I knew he was. Don't get me wrong. I love my father. Don't get me wrong. I love him. But it was like we missed that connection that we should have had. And I had to learn how to be a father to my daughter, to bring her up. And I'm 14, 15 years old. Now I have to grow up and also teach her at the same time. So as I'm growing, she's growing. And over time, you know, my daughter, she's 8 years old now. You know, I'm 23 years old now, but I didn't finish high school. I dropped out of high school, and it was one of the craziest things I did. But I still graduated on time with my friends because I got my GED, and that's when I woke up and I began to think like, man, it's a better life out here. And my uncle, you know, God rest his soul, you know, he passed away a few years ago. He always believed in me, and he never gave up on me. And no matter how many times I messed up, I'm telling you, I messed up a lot. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here like, oh, I'm Mr. Perfect. I'm not. But no matter how many times I messed up, he always had my back. And he showed me the value of family. You know, over time, I was in foster care at that time, but he always stayed there with me, talked to me. He was always that ear when I needed it, and I appreciated that. So now I'm older, and after he passed away, he didn't get to see that success that I reached. And now I'm like, man, that's crazy, because I wanted him to see it. Out of all people, I really wanted him to see it, but he's not here. And I'm not gonna make this video about moaning over my uncle's passing, but I love my Uncle Darren. He was a good guy. But then I started working, and I had my first apartment when I turned 18 years old. Proud of myself, you know. It was a big accomplishment, because most people don't get their homes until they're in their late 20s, late 30s, 40s, and so on and so forth. But I was proud of myself. Not saying I'm better than anybody, but I won't ever say I'm better than nobody. That's not my place. But I was proud of myself as a young man, you know, and not having that structural backbone there all the time. You know, I had to teach myself a lot. And then I started working, and I endured some things in life that, man, I wasn't ready for. Like I said, I had my first daughter at 14 years old. I can barely make money. Like I come home sometimes with a $60 check. Do you not understand what a $60 check is? Think about it, what you could do with $60 right now. Not a whole lot. And I had to feed her. I had to feed myself. I had to get diapers. It was rough. It was rough. And over time, I was like, man, there gotta be something else to life that I can do. It's more to life than this. This is not it. It's like I always see these guys out here, like they live in that lifestyle. Like, and I'm like, man, what can I do? So as I got older over time, I started to educate myself. I started to find online mentors. I went to college, and college wasn't fit for me. It wasn't for me, so I dropped out of college. And I was like, man, I gotta do something that I wanna do, that I'm passionate to do. And that now is to talk to people and let them know my story of success. And pretty soon people will send me theirs, and I wanna learn, I wanna see how people did it. It's very interesting to see where people came from. You never know nobody's story until you sit them down and you talk to them. You know, so like I said, over time, it was like, man, I joined the Army in 2014, and I'm currently in the Army right now, but that's coming to a close in short, but because I see more and I want to be home with my daughters more. So that's pretty much everything about that. So, but like I said, it was rough, man, but you know, I just thank God for being there when I didn't have nobody else. Like, I just want to thank God for that, because I'm here now and I'm able to talk to people. So now I've been reading a lot, and I've been following Tai Lopez. Shout out to Tai Lopez, man. But he taught me a lot, you know, about reading. Reading is very fundamental. When I was younger, I did not like reading whatsoever. I did not like reading. I was like, oh, grandma, we got to read. But my grandma always used to keep my head in the Bible. Always keep my head in the Bible to keep me saying, like, hey, you know, you learn about God, and you learn about Jesus. People run away from my grandma, but I couldn't run away because I lived with her, and she kept my head in the Bible. Like I said, I've been in foster care from the time I was 11 years old till about 18 years old. Yeah, roughly 18 years old. Then I moved with my uncle around when I was like 16, and he was like my caregiver for me. So, and I appreciate him, and like I said, I love him. And through that journey now, I'm trying to reach a higher point in life so people can come to me and talk to me. And I'm here to listen. I'm always that guy like on the phone, like, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? But like I say, that's my story about myself. And I want to let you know, no matter how hard or how rough like stuff gets, you can't give up. Don't quit on yourself. I want you to look at your hand right now, or a scar that you got a long time ago. Remember that time that scar hurt it? I bet you probably can't even remember it, but you got through it over time. That pain only lasted for that moment, but you got through it. So big ups to you, but educate yourself more. Read more, read a book. Not just like any little book, like, hey, I'm gonna read fucking Dr. Seuss or something. Read a book that's for self-development and learn. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. And always remember that. I wanna say thank you for watching this video. I don't know where, if the box is up here, there, somewhere on here. Like, share, subscribe. And I wanna say thank you for taking the time to hear about me. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below, and I will be getting back to you. Thank you, and you have a good one. Peace.